Welcome to the second episode of Market 0 to N. Today's topic is why investing is no longer optional. Most people think it's optional. It's basically not. You're going to fall behind. You really have no choice. To most, I would actually assume this is apparent, especially if you're the younger generation. People are talking about inflation, the cost of living, how there's almost no wage growth. But for those of you not familiar, don't feel bad. The US M2 money supply, just one thing you can look at, exploding. As you can see, your dollars are becoming more worthless every second. Housing prices in a random city have went from 500,000 to nearly 3 million in one generation. So it's 6 times. Now, obviously, you got to look at wages to see how this compares. 1997 to 2024, same time frame. 17 to 37. So it basically goes a little over double versus a nearly 6 times in housing prices. If you think you have a choice whether or not to invest, I mean, sure, you do technically have a choice. You don't have to do anything. But what kind of choice is it if you're going to rapidly get outpaced by things like housing prices and everybody needs a house? That sucks. You really don't have a choice. Your parents didn't have it too bad. You have it worse. If you have kids or you're going to have kids, they're going to have it absolutely horrible. It's going to be the worst thing ever. So if you're not investing, if you're not teaching them to invest, you're actually being extremely irresponsible. But you can change that. Now, look at this debt. It just keeps rising. And it's probably going to rise forever. It's just an incentive kicking the can down the road to get that debt to keep increasing. There's no doubt in my mind, and probably no doubt in most people's minds, things are going to keep getting worse and worse. And while this money is being splurged on things you probably don't agree with for the most part, what can you do? You can chase the money. You see, the government is spending money on this. Maybe it's military aid. Why not invest in the military company that's benefiting from that? Just an example. Now, a lot of you guys are probably thinking, oh, well, this is just a nominal number. It makes no sense to look at this. As a percentage of GDP, still getting worse, and it's probably going to keep getting worse. There's no doubt I have that this is going to keep getting more disgusting, and the younger generations are going to have it even worse, even harder. There's so many grifters, so many people doing things that are bad for the average Joe. You're basically doomed if you're not investing. You look at any public company, boom, layoffs. Not too long later, you might check their quarter and see record profits. Think about AI. AI's killing your jobs, and the companies are printing more money than ever. If you're not investing and you're not chasing these trends, you're doomed. You're screwed. If you have kids and you're not helping them learn, they're screwed. I don't mean to be rude, but that's just a fact. If you're not teaching your family, your friends, helping them in some sort of manner, you essentially don't care. You want them to fall behind in this life. I know a lot of you guys are probably going to hear disgusted when you say that, but that's just a fact. If you truly care about someone, you will not let them be a wage slave in a game that's proven generation after generation that being an employee is worse than ever. And I say that as an employee. At a certain stage of your life, it's something you gotta do. It's probably gonna be like that for a while. But with that being said, I can't deny the fact. It sucks being an employee. It gets worse and worse. And the only way you can kind of neutralize this is by investing. It's just that simple.